Alright, from Bro Rush is King. He says, number 1, do you think about Mexican Wrestle CMLL?
I'm sure that's a wrestling organization.
Okay. I don't watch that, so I don't know. I do like Mexican wrestling, though.
Like luchador style?
Like luchador style, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know nothing about that. So, apparently you must be a fan. And if you know some good matches, please send them to me, because I'd love to watch them.
That's right.
But yeah, I don't know nothing about all that.
The Japanese wrestler guy.
I know.
Tell us about stuff.
That was weird. We got 2 questions like that.
That's true. Oh well.
Maybe I'll learn something about Japanese wrestling and CMLL.
There you go. Number 2, do you watch South Park? Not really.
I watched the first 3 seasons, and then I was done.
I mean, I've seen a few.
The show is still on.
I've seen a few episodes, like here and there, but I don't think it's that hilarious.
Yeah, I can't believe it's still on.
Yeah, I can't either.
I haven't seen an episode since like 1999,
yeah.
So I don't know. But yeah.
I don't find it to be that amusing.
Yeah, I loved the first 3 seasons though. That was funny stuff.
Yeah.
Mr. Hanky.
Yeah, that was funny. But,
all right.
Okay, who do you think is the best wrestler of all time? HBK.
Yeah, probably.
Really? You agree with me?
Yeah, I mean, who else would I say?
Kurt Angle?
Oh, yeah. Kurt Angle.
I don't know your own favorite wrestler.
I don't know if he's the greatest of all time, though. So, I mean, probably going to be Shawn Michaels or, yeah. I mean, I don't see how you could get better than that, really, like, honestly. But current guy, who are you going to say?
Current guy? I mean, my favorite guy was The Miz, but he's kind of downward now.
But he's not, like, great wrestler, though.
How are we defining great wrestler?
Well, that is the question. Because I always say great wrestler is a guy who's good at being on the mic, selling merchandise, the overall being a WWE success story, which by that logic would make John Cena one of the greatest wrestlers of all time. But most people have to factor in a very large factor of wrestling ability. So most of the time it's like 60% wrestling ability, 40% selling ability. That's what I have come to find out. That's what people mean when they say what is a good wrestler. But we don't know. Because some people mean that being a good wrestler means being a good grappler 100%. So that means that people like CM Punk or Daniel Bryan or whatever are automatically great wrestlers because of their wrestling ability skills. But that would make Marty Jannetty one of the greatest wrestlers of all time. So it is the conundrum.
It's Chronix, I don't think
but by my definition of the 60,
was that deep.
But the 60-40, the 60-40 is going to be Shawn Michaels is the greatest wrestler of all time.
I just like him the best and think he's awesome. There's my simple reason.
I'm telling you, there are so many different ways people say that. It's like, what's a good wrestler? And people are like, well, no. So, just clarifying.
Okay.
You can move on to the next question now.
I'm so glad. Number 4, do you play Call of Duty? No.
No. I have a PlayStation 3 and I don't play Call of Duty.
I'm glad that you don't like all those involved video games.
I can't get that involved. Makes me happy. I think I'd lose my mind.
Yep. Okay. Alright. Dashing Kevin Walsh says...
Man, he's a cool dude.
He's a cool dude?
He's a YouTuber. He's plugged us.
He seems cool.
And I've actually been subscribed to him as long as I've been making wrestling videos.
Really?
I think he might have been one of the guys, I'm not positive, I think he's one of the guys that I watched before I made videos.
Really?
Yeah, so that's going back.
Alright.
A whole year.
Alright. Actually, I guess 2 years, because we've been around for a year, so it would have had to have been before we were making videos.
Yeah, because I started watching it in, like, 2010, so.
Yeah. Okay, he asks, how did you guys first become wrestling fans, and how did you guys meet? Did you send him our video?
I probably didn't, but I'll go ahead and do that again.
Okay, we made a special video all about, like, our story and how we met. Just because we wanted to do one kind of separate and tell everybody, so... We'll send you that video. As far as how did we first become wrestling fan, we met in high school is like the short story. But anyways, how did we first become wrestling fans? I became a wrestling fan because Chronix was a wrestling fan. And I always thought wrestling was stupid, but that was only because I saw some stupid Wolfpack thing and thought that was all of wrestling. And
so I showed you Shawn Michaels.
Yeah, and you're like, just watch Shawn Michaels, and I was like, oh.
And it sucked because in 2007 and 2006, when I was trying to make you a wrestling fan, wrestling kind of started to suck really bad. So I couldn't show you the current product, so I had to fool you into showing you Shawn Michaels.
That's true.
So you'd be like, oh, well, this is good.
So for a while, all I would watch is something with Shawn Michaels in it, and that's all I cared about. And then I kind of just gradually got more into it.
Yeah, so. But for me, my grandpa always watched wrestling. He's a big wrestling fan of WCCW and WCW and WWE and all that kind of fun stuff. And,
yeah. What was the name of that first show I saw?
The first show?
The one that I always said was real crappy and made me hate wrestling.
WrestleMania 2007?
No. The Wolfpack thing.
Oh, WCW Thunder.
Yeah, okay, I just wanted everybody to know what show it was that I saw.
Yeah, because
so they could understand why my perception was so skewed.
In 2000. So that's pretty bad.
Okay, sorry, go ahead.
But yeah, he always watched it, and I eventually got into it. I watched a lot of it, in 91, 92, when I was, a little kid. But eventually I started, liking it more and more, and then eventually I started becoming a super fan. I've already told this story, I think.
We did, but I just figured we'd give another brief overlap, because I don't know where that story is.
What got me into wrestling, though, I guess it was my grandpa, so... Alright, we can move on.
And then he got me into wrestling. Okay. Pac-Man Fever 100 says, what do y'all think of the new YouTube? I just got used to using the old YouTube, and that took a while.
You know what? I like the new YouTube. I hate to say it.
I always like new stuff.
No, I don't.
Yeah, you do.
Because it's got the little link system, and it's a lot cleaner. And, I don't know. I've accepted it. I didn't want to at first, but I was like, well, this is going to be the future. You can go with it, or you cannot go with it and be left behind.
I'm resistant to all change. That's just the truth.
I like it. I know it's blasphemy, but I like it.
I just don't like it, when they change Facebook, or when they change whatever. Get used to a system, and...
Yeah, it is annoying sometimes, but it's not a big stretch for me.
And, YouTube's confusing for me anyways, so...
Yeah.
Okay. He also asks, do y'all like the new WWE Tag Team belts? Or not new. Do you like the WWE Tag Team belts? Isn't that the penny ones?
Yeah, the two giant pennies.
The 2 cent champions?
Yes.
No.
No, I hate those freaking belts.
I agree.
It's a disgrace that Bret Hart came out there and gave those belts to those dudes. That sucked. I hate those belts. I hate them. I wish they'd go back to the old Attitude Era belts. I mean, why not? I didn't even like the WWE style belts. They made 2 different belts. They had the SmackDown Championships and they had the Raw Championships. Mm-hmm. Go back to the old tag team belts of the Attitude Era.
Yeah, I think the belts...
I don't know, those belts...
the belts look stupid as well, because,
horrible color.
Even before he said the pennies thing, I thought they looked like pennies, too. It was my first impression, so... Okay, and then he came up with the 2 cent champions, and it just cracked me up. But anyways, okay, Valhemian Rhapsody says, during your days in grade school, what WWE superstars did you notice to be the most popular among your peers? I would say that 100% was Stone Cold Steve Austin.
What about Goldberg?
No, I never heard of Goldberg.
You didn't see any NWO shirts?
Maybe. Not really.
Really?
No, I'm telling you. Because I didn't know anything, I knew nothing about wrestling, and I knew nothing about it, and I know who Stone Cold Steve Austin was. Because everybody had the 316 shirt. I didn't know what it was about, but I knew who it was, and everybody in the entire universe had that 316 shirt.
Yeah, there was a lot of 316 shirts at my school.
That was when I was in 4th and 5th grade.
Then there was a lot of Sting shirts when he had the black and white face paint.
We went to the same school, by the way, so we were looking at different shirts.
Yeah, and that's true. There was Goldberg shirts. There was Goldberg shirts, I remember that. And I got, for instance, my friends, they all, like somebody different. And it was weird, because I had a friend who loved Kane. Oh my gosh, he was all about Kane. I think he's still about Kane. And, another best friend of mine, oh my gosh, you're not going to believe this. Guess who his favorite superstar was out of everybody? Steve Blackman. He believed... Exactly. He believed that Steve Blackman was going to become WWE champion at WrestleMania and stuff, and I was like, what? But, yeah, my friends like weird people.
Yeah, and I didn't have any friends that were into wrestling. I just always saw the Stone Cold shirts.
Oh, and the Steve Blackman dude doesn't watch wrestling no more. He went away with the Attitude Era people. He was one of those kind of people. He's a fan of the Attitude Era.
Did he convert to the UFC people?
Yes, he did.
Okay, I know which friend you're talking about now. Okay. It's a friend with a brain of a peanut, by the way.
I hope he's not watching the video. Anyways, moving on. Let's just assume he's not watching the video.
I sure hope
I'm sure he'll call me and be like, hey man, what the heck? Thanks. Oh yeah, and he told all his friends about our web deal too after Dolph Ziggler talked up about it.
I feel really bad. I'm sorry.
Look, To be honest, I don't even know if he remembers who Steve Eichenman is himself.
I'm really sorry. I feel really bad now. I shouldn't have said that.
What a jerk.
Aww.
Moving on.
He doesn't really have a peanut brain. I just said that because he went to UFC. Okay, now that I've redeemed myself a little bit.
You can move on. You can pass this.
I feel really bad.
Just move on. Let's leave it in the past.
Okay.
It never happened.
Never happened. Okay. Next, now I'm all sidetracked.
No, come on.
LV5454 says, oh, this is an interesting question. What is one thing you can't stand about each other, and what's one thing you love about each other?
This is a dude that's doing 100 videos on different wrestlers. Isn't that insane?
It's kind of crazy. Like each video, a different wrestler?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I did a similar thing. I said I was going to do an entire year's worth, or 2 years worth of Classic Raw reviews. I got to get to work on that.
I was like, are you still doing that?
I haven't because I've been really busy. But,
oh, no.
Alright, so the question, what do we not like about each other?
What we can't stand about each other, and what we love about each other. Who wants to go first?
I'll go first.
Alright.
I don't, hate anything
That's true.
about you because that would just be ridiculous. And, I mean, there would be, a serious problem.
That's true.
But, one thing I don't like, or not like, but one thing that makes me really uncomfortable is, how brutally honest you are with people. And how you'll, yeah, like that. And how you'll call people out. It's just so uncomfortable. We'll be, sitting there, at a restaurant or something, and you'll go up to somebody and be like, excuse me, that's the ugliest dress I ever seen.
I've never done that.
I mean, you do stuff like that.
I do.
Or you're excuse me,
that bad.
Why don't you get out of my way?
Give a real example.
I don't know, something
I've never
like that.
done something that bad, okay?
I can't think of a real example, but you do it all the time. And I'm always like, oh my gosh, I don't know you. Because you get all up in people's face, and you're not afraid to ask anybody anything.
That's true.
I'd be like, I wonder where that guy got that jacket. And you'll be like, hey man, where did you get that jacket? And I'm like, oh my gosh.
Okay, that's a real life example. I just want to say that this is true. True story, I committed, the utmost sin. I asked one of my coworkers if she was pregnant. And she said no, but guess what? She was pregnant, I was right.
So she lied.
She lied, but because she didn't want to reveal it yet, she wasn't ready, but I'm just saying, that was the ultimate, I'm
damn
really,
girl, you're fat!
I know, and that's what I said. I was like, not because you're fat, I just think you're acting kind of different. That's what I said.
Wow.
So, that is the truth.
Okay.
So that was a good real life example. Yeah, I'll just walk up and ask anybody anything that I want to know.
Oh, boy.
Sorry.
So, is there another part for me?
Well, yeah, what do you love about me?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know what to say.
Me. You came up with the pre-planned answer for the can't stand
I didn't know that there was a good part of it.
Well, better be thinking of one.
Oh, I don't know. I mean, I don't know what to say. You're nice and stuff, Go with yours. I gotta think of something.
Be thinking.
I will be thinking.
Anyway, one thing I can't stand about Chronics. Okay, like he said, there's really nothing that I just can't stand. But thing that really bothers me is his ability to multitask. And I know that sounds like a weird thing, but you gotta imagine, I'm a really focused person. One thing, and that's what I'm on, and then I kind of move, and I can go back and forth. But when I'm trying to think, I can't have music, and I can't have distractions, and I can't have other people talking to me. I gotta have quiet, and I gotta think. So we'll be sitting in traffic somewhere, and I'm trying to navigate, and we've got the GPS, and I'm trying to figure out where we're going, and it's a high-stress situation, and Conscience is jamming out to the radio and drumming on the steering wheel, and I'm like, stop! Or I'll be in the middle of asking him a serious question, and he'll be like, and I'm like, stop! Just stop. We gotta stop with the music. We gotta turn the music thing off. So, see, like this. Like that. Seriously. He'll just be like that, and I'll be trying to talk to him, and he's just or he'll start doing it without the guitar. He'll just sit there and be like,
oh, there's my pick.
Good job. Okay,
oh my god.
So that's one thing that really, really gets on my nerves.
I know one thing I like about you is you're not, afraid... Which I know that goes into the negative thing, but at the same time, it's a really good thing.
Well, that's good. So you
you're not afraid of anything.
That I'm not scared.
Yeah.
I have massive cojones.
Well.
Not figuratively, not literally.
When you say that you would kick Kane in the balls, I believe you.
Okay.
Grow a pair and kick a pair.
That's right. I'm going to put that on a t-shirt. Okay, and so I'm.
So what do you like about me, huh?
Oh, I don't know. I didn't think of an answer for that one.
Well, I don't want to get all mushy on the video.
I know, I don't want to get mushy on the video. What I really like about you is I like the way that you see the world a lot differently than I do. Like, that sounds weird, but he always has, like, a really different perspective is from anybody else that I know. Like, I can ask him a question, and he'll come up with something that's just way out of the box. And
it's out there, man.
It is. And, like, it's just because he's really, really right-brained, which goes into the thing on the steering wheel. And so... and
you're really left-brained.
I'm really, really left-brained. So when I want to think of something really different, and when I want to think of something creative or something that I can't do, I can go to him, and he can, like, fill in the blank and make it make sense. So, I like that.
Okay.
Alright.
That's the next question. I'm going to check the time.
Okay, how are we doing?
17 minutes, so we're good.
Good, okay. Excuse me. Alright, Mr. LFC WWE fan says, fave superstar in WWE now. We already said that. What'd I go with? Did I say The Miz?
Current star?
R-Truth? Yeah.
Dolph Ziggler.
Or Dolph Ziggler. Miz, R-Truth, Dolph Ziggler, something like that.
Cody Rhodes.
Would you watch TNA if Joe Mo went there? No.
Yeah.
Actually, I'd just be sad. I'd be so sad and disappointed and upset that I would absolutely 100% not watch it. Anyways, will you give me a plug? I just did. Is that sufficient?
I don't know. This guy?
That guy.
Mr. LFCWWE fan. Plugs for you.
Alright.
Is that sufficient?
Is that good? Okay.
I guess. I don't know what the
I don't know what the plug rule is. We're kind of plugging everybody.
No, yeah.
Okay.
Plus their name's at the bottom of the screen. Is that not enough?
I think that's enough.
And plus it's in the description box.
Guess what? It's going to be enough because that's all you're going to get.
Golly. That's kind of rude.
Didn't mean it rude. It was kind of just the truth. Okay. Now we have Thrash Maniac 99.
Thrash Maniac.
Metalhead.
Yeah, I just subscribed to him recently, and he subscribed to me, and now we're pals.
Oh, bestest pals.
Because he's Thrash Maniac, and I'm Thrash Maniac as well.
Is he like...
we were talking about...
It's like Toki and what's the clown's name? Rock and Roll Clown. What's his name?
Roxo the Clown?
Yeah, Roxo. Okay, that was too easy. I just couldn't think of Rock and Roll Clown. Do the Rock and Roll Clown voice.
Man, I hadn't watched that in a while.
Yeah!
Oh, yeah. Heard it's somebody's birthday! Yeah!
Okay, thank you for doing that. Okay, he says, congrats on 700 subs, you guys rule. Number 1, what is your ultimate dream match?
I do cocaine! Yeah! Alright, ultimate dream match? Is that what the question was?
Yes, what is your ultimate dream match?
There's a lot, because I'd like to see Dolph Ziggler and Mr. Perfect. I'd like to see The Rock and Shawn Michaels. I don't know, man. There's like so many.
I don't know if I have, I don't know. I know it would have Shawn Michaels in it. I mean, I would say Shawn Michaels and John Morrison, but I don't know if that is good.
Yeah. Well, assuming they're both at the top of their game.
Yeah.
Like say it was 1996 or something like that. And, he's like really young. And then you got like a 2009 John Morrison from ECW. But they're both wrestling in 1996 or something.
Okay.
Because now...
Thanks for framing that.
Now, with all those guys in WCW, now you have only these stars to carry the company. So with Bret Hart being thrown in there, man, that'd be awesome. Then these guys are going to build up the company because you have so much less competition than you do now. So I would take them back in time. And Bret Hart would have a bunch of awesome matches with about everybody. Don't hate.
I don't.
You're thinking about Bret Hart of today, which is not a wrestler anymore.
I don't hate Bret Hart of the past because I've seen his past stuff and it was good. It's just Bret Hart of the now. I mean, I know the guy's old and he's had a stroke and he can't help it, but he just, Okay. Anyways, also, see, I side with Shawn Michaels. It's hard for me to like Bret Hart.
Yeah.
But anyways, because that was the first thing I learned about Bret Hart was the whole Shawn Michaels and Bret Hart feud. So it automatically spun me negatively towards him.
Well, obviously, because
don't you always say Shawn Michaels and Macho Man would be a dream match? Don't you always say that?
Yeah.
You didn't say that though.
Yeah, well, they actually had a match before, but we're talking about Prime.
Okay.
Both in their prime.
Alright, anyways. Number 2. Thoughts about Hulk Hogan's impact on TNA in the last 2 years?
Did we not answer that already?
No.
Oh, I answered that on Fort Minor Project's video.
Oh, okay.
I said...
What impact?
He created a little dent. Because, I mean, honestly, you take him out of the equation, it really did nothing. I mean, come on. Look at the ratings. They tried to go head-to-head with WWE, and they got killed. They would have been much better off keeping their young talent like AJ Styles, who wrestled in Dallas in 2001 multiple times with the NWA TNA Championship. I saw it on my television on PCW Wrestling. It was freaking awesome. The guy is still, unfortunately, over there. Christopher Daniels, who worked for WWE as a double for Edge. I just read that in Matt Hardy's book. But, oh, man, he hasn't made it to WWE big time. They're all still in TNA. I can't even remember what the question was. Oh, the impact of Hulk Hogan. What am I talking about?
Put the booze down. You know, I had to take that away from you the last Q&A we did.
I'm straight edge. This is Pepsi. Let's move on.
Okay. Number 3, do you guys watch Metalocalypse? Did our earlier thing answer that question for you? But...
Why can't I have a friend that's just a clown?
Just so you know, my very favorite character is Toki. Toki is my favorite. I love him. Like, I really, like, if I was in the band, I would be Toki.
I gotta watch that, because I used to remember all the lines, now I can't remember the lines.
I don't remember a lot of them. I know it's the food libraries.
Yeah, the food library.
And if you were in the band, you would be Swisscar, because you look just like him.
Yeah.
Okay. And number 4, which women's division is better, WWE or TNA? I personally prefer TNA. I personally have never watched TNA, so I can't give
It's
you an
TNA,
opinion.
trust me.
Is it? Okay, does
it
not? Really? It's better? I mean, okay.
It's better.
It wouldn't take a lot to be better than the WWE, but...
It's better. They have longer matches, better matches, and sadly, WWE has a lot of talent, but still TNA beats them.
Huh.
Even with Karma and WWE, well, she's not doing nothing.
I mean, that is sad.
Yeah.
WWE Women's Division really sucks.
It really does.
Alright.
Of course it sucks. It's got Kelly in there, and she's like a vacuum. She's like a...
A sucking vacuum?
Yeah, she's like a tornado vacuum.
Okay.
Of suckage.
Okay, number 5. Avenged Sevenfold or Slipknot or Trivium? I vote for Avenged Sevenfold. Even though Slipknot's pretty
I don't know, Slipknot and Avenged Sevenfold are like so different.
They are, but Slipknot has done so much sliding backwards in the past couple of years.
Slipknot. I love Avenged Sevenfold too, but I'm still going to go with Slipknot because that's more like my teenage years remembrance.
Yeah.
You know,
I'm going to go with Avenged Sevenfold because it seems like they're on an upward path.
Yeah, their drummer kind of died. Besides that.
I kind of forgot about that. Sorry, guys. Okay. For Crystal. Motley Crue or Poison? This is a tough one. Because I like them both. I'm going to have to pick. Okay. I think, overall, probably on, like, talent and fame and skill level and...
Drug abuse.
We're not talking about that. And whatnot, I would pick Motley Crue. I just think they're kind of like a better quality band. But as far as personal likes, I think I'd probably pick Poison. Just because Poison was like, What the Cat Dragged In CD was like my first hair metal CD. And I listened to it 100,000 times till I like wore out the CD, and I know all the songs on there in order by heart. And it's like one of my favorite CDs.
Yeah.
So I would have to pick them for like personal, but Motley Crue is in kind of better.
I like Motley Crue.
Probably better songs.
Oh,
like more
Motley Crue is definitely my favorite out of that.
Yeah, and they have more. Like I said, they have more good songs than Poison does. I just really like Poison.
Oh, here's a note. You probably don't know this because you're a newer subscriber with Thrash Maniac, but I made a video. I'll send it to you. I made a video featuring, like, I just, like, quoted Motley Crue songs as I was explaining how if Melina doesn't do something, she's going to get fired. The next day, she was fired. No crap. That is fact. You can check the dates. It's greatness. I used Motley Crue to shun her out of WWE.
Nice. Good job. Okay. And number 7. Thoughts about John Cena's impact on WWE in the last 10 years. Okay, I want to start out on this one. I think that John Cena's main impact was sort of a change in the whole...
I'm checking.
Okay. This is that multi.
You got 4 minutes.
In that whole, like, atmosphere of the business and moving it from the Attitude Era to PG. Like, obviously he's really instrumental in that. And I just think that the way he changed the business was just making it into what it is now, like an actual publicly traded company. They're legitimate. They have to worry about their image. They're all about the kids. Like, all that, to me, John Cena, it was John Cena, or he definitely helped. Like, without a big face for the kids like that, they wouldn't have been able to do it.
Yeah, because they transitioned into PG. Mm-hmm. And, I mean, past 10 years from 2002, I mean, he did a lot of good stuff as he was the rapping gimmick, and he's become what he is now. You could probably say, well, you know, since the Attitude Era, things have went plummeting to the floor. But
I don't see it that way.
Well, I mean, in some ways it has, like, in viewership, in ratings. But without John Cena, where would they be? Because you still don't have The Rock, you still don't have Steve Austin, you don't have those guys, and you know, the Attitude Era, you know, a lot of it had to do also with the way people are and society, and society changed.
And John Cena really helped WWE change with society, I think, because society could not accept the Attitude Era right now.
You know, and I can't believe that Randy Orton would be the only guy, like, taking care of the business right now.
I think, yeah, he couldn't. And I'm just saying, as a newer fan, I guess, because I wasn't around during the Attitude Era, but I see stuff from the Attitude Era. I couldn't deal with seeing that on the TV. I would not watch wrestling.
Yeah, and
because it's
as a girl, it's too manly.
No, it's just too much.
Yeah, well,
I'm not gonna say too manly. It's just too much. I mean, there's too much just gore and just stupidness.
Yeah,
and
well.
It's too much.
But yeah, I think that his impact was great, and I look at the amount of kids wearing John Cena merchandise. Yeah. So, I guess we should stop and get ready for the next video.
He also says, once again, congrats on 700 subs. You guys are great. Thank you.
Cool.